to the next level.
Greetings, my fellow tokers, jokers, and smokers. My moniker is Chef Rodney 117, and I was born for sarcasm. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Now, cooking, writing, and smoking a lot of fucking weed are some of my most favorite things to do. But what I really, really, really have a passion for is my insatiable hunger for knowledge. More specifically, in this case, obviously cannabis, y'all. That's what the show's about, right? That's what the show's about. Now, come with me and sit in on some, joint meaningful conversations with people as I chop it up and check out the movers and the shakers of the cannabis industry and what it's kind of developing into, okay? Sit down with some of the leading people in this industry, learn their relevance, who they are, what they do, why they are who they are, where they're going, and honestly, what we can expect from them. Now, at the Daily Chronicles here, we've created 5 W's. Who doesn't love a W from every now and then? But 5 W's to help you and ourselves determine who these people are and provide a little bit of, clairvoyance or guidance to the situation about getting to know these people that we have on the show, our guests here. But without any other further ado or rambling on my point, y'all, this is the Daily Chronicles coming at your faces. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Chronicles. I'm the host with the most, Chef Rodney 117. What's the topic today? Growing at home, y'all, and auto flowers. Today, y'all, check it out. We have cannabis influencers, cannabis activists and advocates, and social media influencers from HIGHIGAN. Let's find out where that name came from here in a few minutes. But I introduced to y'all the amazing dual Heaven and Neil from HIGHIGAN. How you doing, Heaven and Neil? Welcome to the show.
Hi again.
How are you? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're here.
Absolutely.
Loving it.
Absolutely. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you're high.
We're about to be real. We're about to be good.
Oh, get it.
I just took
Get
a
it.
hit.
Get it.
Yeah.
So HIGHIGAN, I mean, that is, I love that name. That's catchy as shit.
Right? We've thought about our name for quite a while.
We actually, the name we thought about for a couple weeks actually before we came to HIGHIGAN.
We put some thought in before we started our channel, for sure.
We wanted it to definitely be Michigan related.
Yep.
And cannabis related, but very simple and quick and easy. So,
you know, I think that there's a huge market of Michigan cannabis related things coming here soon. You know what I mean? It's just it's insane. What do you guys think about overall cannabis experience in Michigan being residents?
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I mean, really, the whole point of our channel is to be able to grow our own and not have to buy from the dispensary.
Yep.
So, I mean, our experience with like buying from dispensaries or local stuff is, I would say, very limited because our goal is to grow our own and have our own medicine, right? You know, that's the
I
whole
love
point.
that.
So we're not really out at dispensaries buying it. We're growing it at home, and we just smoke.
I have
sour
bought
diesel
from dispensaries.
Yeah, we have, but we're not regular customers.
Definitely not regular customers.
I use dispensaries for their convenience. Sorry, I walked all over that. I apologize. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. You're fine.
After growing my own, it's not worth it to me to go into a store.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. I look at it this way. Listen, both dispensaries. So I refer to dispensaries as legal cannabis. All of it's legal, but that's really where it was aimed to go. The legality. Okay, cat.
Yeah.
Black cats are good luck. Don't let anybody tell you any different. So I call a dispensary as like legal cannabis, and then I call, you know, everything else the black market. Let's face it, that's what it is. Listen, it doesn't matter what you want to say, the black market will always prevail. Okay. I've found the best deals on the black market for product and price and potency, if you will. Okay. Now I say that knowing that a THC percentage has fuck all to do with, you know, an overall quality of a certain strain. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit, you know, here in the show, but I love y'all's angle, the whole just solo autoflowers, like from seed to like, you know, sale, really. If I'm gonna say sale in this case of just you consuming, but you're not saying you're actually
we don't
right, you don't sell it.
We don't condone anything.
Yeah, definitely. No, we just like, you know, in Michigan you can legally grow, if you're 21, 12 plants per household. With auto flowers, you can plant 4 seeds every month and stay within that 12 plant limit. So every month we're chopping down 4 auto flowers, and we're getting more than enough medicine that we need. Like, that's the goal, be self-sustaining and be able to grow them as good as possible. Like, that's the whole point of our channel.
And we're not just smoking the flower either. We are doing a lot more.
Yeah, we're making tabs, we're making rosin, the bubble
hash. We're doing a lot of experiments, which you can find on our YouTube.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it all out. So edibles, we can basically make anything we would want ourselves at home.
So what I heard was, sorry, it's a little bit of a lag here, the studio. I apologize. What I heard was y'all are basically becoming the Martha Stewarts of cannabis. That's what I heard.
Kind of. We love cooking and edibles and making like fast food. Like, that's why we love you, man, Chef. Like,
hey, man, thanks.
We would love to have you on our channel and just talk about that, the food, and with like infusing meals and doing micro doses for stress and things like that. We love cooking. We love everything
with CBD and THC.
Yeah, we're growing CBD strains right now. It's we got so much going on that we're into.
I'm about to chop down my Blue Dream, my wedding cake, my King Louis the 13th, and then this CBG strain Jack Frost.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I wanted to push them a little bit longer, and so
are those all photos or autos?
Those are all photos. Those are all the
photos?
full. Yep, they were full girls. You know, the whole time. It's written down somewhere. It was our first grow, but I blasted them, so I didn't yield as much as I wanted to, obviously. But it's first grow, you never do.
Yeah, that's what we've been figuring out, like the struggles of new growers, and we're like documenting it all, figuring it out as we go.
We are in no way experts.
Here's the mistakes we've made. Like
Michigan just legalized
cannabis, and we just started like our channel 4 months ago, so we're almost at 2,000 subscribers. It's just
killing it.
Yeah, it's been growing good because we're just trying to have fun with it. We don't want it to be like serious. We don't want it to be like, you know, so documentary. We want to be fun and us, you know, as a couple, and just taking everybody on the journey to be able to grow their own and do all this.
So we're basically just
and be legal.
that if we can do it as people that have known nothing about this, anybody can do this, and you can sustain yourself, and it's normal. It's a normal thing to smoke cannabis.
And it's gonna be, if you have the space and the time and the money to invest to start it, in the long run, it's going to be exponentially cheaper than buying from the dispensary. You know, you're going to save yourself a ton of money and be able to grow exactly what you want for the reasons that you want.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you have to wait for it to come back at the dispensary. You know, grow my own.
I'm with you, dude. Like, and so that's just it. Like, we got 12, you know what I mean? That's what we do, you know, for every. And so it's like, we leave a little bit of room though, for a couple of autoflowers. This time we left room enough for 4 autoflowers. So it's funny.
I'm excited for you.
And so it's like, we did 2 autoflowers before. We did, it was a Gorilla Diesel and, what was it?
Okay.
Gorilla Diesel and Cookies Chem. Thank you. Yeah. And Cookies Chem. I got the seeds from a friend of mine. My friend Josh here in Lansing grows autoflowers, loves them, swears by them, you know, and they're great. He's like, here, hopefully they're female, and hopefully you shut the hell up and tell me autoflowers are awesome. Well, I called him, you know, a few months later and was like, hey, they're fantastic. Shut up. They taste amazing. He's like, right?
Right. Yeah, they are. I think the misconceptions, we're trying to like get people to know, like, they're not, you know, everybody's like, photos are so amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do have a point where the genetics on photos are definitely more stable, but to say that the bud on a photo versus an autoflower, you can't tell the difference. You would never be able to say that's an autoflower or that's a photo. You would never be able to tell the difference.
When the autos turn out good, and that's the biggest thing we've been trying to get, is like get them to turn out as good as possible. Yeah. You know, because we've had failures and we've had successes, and we're getting better every time. But I mean, they've come a long way, I think, than what people think. People think it's trash, but I mean, you get great stuff from it, like terpenes and smells. Real good. Yeah.
We actually have, we're going to be getting something to be able to test at home as well. So stay tuned. It'll be fun.
Of our flower stuff.
Hell yeah. So if people want to check you guys out, what was that website? Was it HIGHIGAN.com?
We're just on all social media, HIGHIGAN. We don't really have a dedicated website yet. YouTube, just search HIGHIGAN, Instagram, HIGHIGAN, Twitter, Weedtube.
It's interesting because it's like, even if I would have said the website.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, even if I would have said the website, people probably would have just went to the YouTube anyways.
Right.
Then I'm like, I don't want to. Just go to the YouTube.
Social media.
That's what we're mainly making, is like YouTube videos and content. You know, our Instagram's pretty good too. We got a lot of good side content, but mainly Instagram and YouTube are our main ones.
Yeah, Instagram.
Let me tell you this. So, having seen your content, having seen other content out there, being a content creator myself, obviously there's a difference. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Artistically, man, like, I really dig what you're doing, bro. Like you're killing it with those camera angles and like the setup that you got. It is inspiring, and I'm gonna have a lot of fucking questions for you because I'm just learning this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
there's a lot to it, and I think that's what's helped with our channel is just coming out with quality right out of the gate. Like it's one thing to just like, you know, cell phone your tent and stuff, but it's not like, you know, it's not as interactive or fun to watch as something that's more quality done. So I do have a lot of background in photography, and I have really high-end cameras, so it helps make quality content so it's fun and good to watch. And we, you know, we just try and make it all fun, but filmed very professionally. So
absolutely,
it's been working though. We've been growing really well.
I'm blown away by some of his camera shots.
Yeah,
so.
we love it. We were filming all day today, so tent updates, new life, everything.
So there's a so everybody lives to a certain like rhythm or a certain like beat of life, right? You know, like a vibe. And I saw this camera angle, and I forget which one it was. This is a while back. All right, probably like actually like 6 months ago. I think we linked up 6 or 7 months ago. Okay. And like you did this camera angle where it was like a slow cinematic panorama as like you're kind of coming into the tent and like the light is breaching and she was in the tent fixing something and you're doing slow and you hit it. I was just like sensual seduction. Like it just, I was just like, it's better not be because it was the first time I've ever seen it. And I was just like, oh, they're teaching us how to grow. Okay. It was just my
we try and make it fun and
like,
you know, mix it up and shop.
Yeah. Well, you're fucking killing it, y'all. And I think there's a huge importance for what you do because here's the thing. You're pioneers and you don't even understand. You don't realize it yet. It hasn't set in. You know, you're a cannabis influencer. You're a cannabis pioneer. So Michigan goes, okay, here's the legal limit. Here's what you're allowed to do. You're like, all right, cool. By, you know, your law and what you've written, that's what I'm doing. That's it. So I like that. And it's really, I really wanted to know, like, real quick, like, sorry to cut you off, but how would you feel if in like within 5 years you've seen somebody would you participate in a 4-H class teaching kids how to grow cannabis?
Yeah, I'm sure that will be a thing. Like I think the colleges already have like you can go there for cannabis classes.
I've actually looked into taking a few myself already.
I really think Michigan is going to become like a mecca for that, and it's going to, like we did with craft beer, it's going to become like boutique like weed, you know. And it's people are.
You can say bougie.
Yeah, small, whatever. It's gonna be craft, you know, cannabis.
Yeah, like
I bet Michigan.
I
bet Michigan is gonna become that, just like we did with beer. We'll do that with weed in our own way, and then that might just be home growers growing their own, like, you know, who knows? But we just want to be able to grow our own really good.
Yeah, I mean,
you're cannabis artisans.
We're trying to be.
We're trying to be.
We're getting better every time, learning so much. And it's so fun to just share that. And the community's been great. Everybody's been amazing, helping us be better. Yeah, cat's going nuts. And we're just trying to, you know, help everybody out when we find other people being cool.
Absolutely.
And local too, like you. It was like, heck yeah, let's get on here and talk with them.
Thanks. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's all about advocacy at the end of the day, because let's face it, we know the history of cannabis, some of us more than others, and that's not what's important. What is important, though, is we're trying to right some wrongs that have happened, you know. And so since those things have happened, in order to destigmatize, there has to be a group of people that go through and influence and re-educate to reacclimate. And that's where we're at, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, exactly. And so it's like, you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we advocate. And that's why we advocate to educate, to help eradicate the stigma. That's what it's about, y'all. You know, there's no financial gain really. You know what I'm saying? Like it's grow your own. You don't want to be like, oh, these dispensaries are too fucking, grow your own.
We're in Michigan. I mean, if you have room in your basement for like a 4x4, 4 foot by 4 foot, like in Michigan, boom, there you go. You could easily fit 9 autos in there. You could be chopping 3 plants a month, getting probably over QP if you're getting really good at it. every week you'd be chopping, or every month you'd be having a QP. Like
Yeah.
we literally tonight just chopped 4 plants, and it was so heavy. And we have a dry tent to dry it. All the weed hanging on it was so heavy it bent the hook, and all the weed fell down.
It felt
And that was off
Shut
4
up.
autumn. Yeah, so they're the nuts are monstrous. It's insane. So we're just getting better and just trying to share it so everybody else can learn from our mistakes. and
So-
have fun.
honestly, it's getting easier and easier. I actually made myself feel like it was complicated at first, and now that I'm really getting into the groove of it, I overcomplicated it to begin with.
Yeah, and there's definite quirks to growing specifically autos. So we are like learning them and like being able to identify issues and just get better at, because you don't have the time to fix it. Like with a photo, it's like, it needs those nudes now. What does it need?
Yep.
Give it the right stuff so you don't screw it up.
Because you're condensing it. It's literally 3 months versus 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
that's from seed. There's no real vegetation time.
No, it goes straight into flower.
Yeah, we give them 84 days, and it's like 84 out the door. Exactly 12 weeks, and it fits with the schedule of being able to, once you get it going, every month you're chopping down four plants, and you can keep it all within the limit.
So that's how we started. We started with 4, we added 4, we added 4, and then we started chopping 4.
Yep, and so now it's like every month.
There you go.
We just did this, and the dry tent's full up, falling down because there's
It's
so much
so
weed in
fun.
there. That's why we're starting.
Hell
to look
yeah,
at
man. We'll
Yeah,
have to set up a meet and greet.
Flower.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have to set up a meet and greet, and I'll bring out some the Blue Dream and wedding cake and shit. We're cutting down.
That'd be
we
fun.
would love a meet and greet. I mean, we can't do that, by the way.
Grab some
Oh,
water.
yeah, you're. What was it, Grand Rapids area?
Just north of
Yeah.
Grand Rapids. He's basically in Grand Rapids too.
Yeah, so that's 45 minutes. I've got friends there, anyways. A lot of people. You guys, you're beer drinkers at all?
I don't really drink all that much. He drinks beer and whiskey.
Take him to City Built Brewing Company, man.
Where's that at?
That's in Grand Rapids. If you just Google it, City Built Brewing Company, it'll tell you where it's at. I don't know what street. I could get you there. I just don't know what the street name it's on.
There's so many brewing companies around here. They are literally they're around every corner in Grand Rapids.
Oh, yeah. No, it's crazy, but I don't know. I'd like to eventually land out somewhere that way. I do like Grand Rapids. It's kind of grown on me. It's one of those cities where, being from Lansing, I was more interested with Detroit because of how close it was to Canada. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go, mess around in Detroit and, I don't know, become Eminem. I don't know what the dream was. You just went to Detroit. It just made more sense. I don't know. You just went to
It's actually
Detroit.
a really great area. It's a very clean city versus other cities I've been to. I actually have only really spent time in Detroit a handful of times myself, and I'm actually terrified because it's scary there.
Okay, listen. I don't know about scary there. This is certain breed of people. Once you fit that vibe. Listen, if you smell like how we normally smell, people usually just don't fuck with you. They might come up like, "Hey, you got a J," and be like, "I don't know, you got a gun?" Like, what? How's this conversation gonna go? But
I don't know. I'm stronger than I look, but
yeah, you'd be all right. No, you'll be absolutely fine. But I really like Grand Rapids for just what it is. Like it's a city with a river through it. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever been involved? Oh, it is. The internet sucks today. The internet sucks.
I'm sorry. There's a lag.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But I forgot what I was going to say. That's it. Death Star. I just picked up like.
You're high again.
High again. Exactly. I just picked up, re-upped some Death Star, man. That put me back on the track, but there he is. What's up, man? I was dying. I forgot what I was doing.
I had to go pee.
Listen, when nature calls, that's a call you return.
You got to obey.
No, I was actually going to ask. So HIGHIGAN, who came up with the name? Like real quick before we get into the gauntlet. You guys are going to love the gauntlet. It won't kill you.
Right. Yeah, we just kind of talked. Originally, it was going to be called. We were going to start on YouTube, and it was going to be called Heavenly High. And it was going to be.
Well, not really. It was more like Heaven High.
No, yeah, Heavenly High. It was going to be Heavenly High.
Something like that. But I was like, no, I really want it to be Michigan related. So we were like kind of spitballing things, and I was like, America's high five. We're high.
Yeah.
We're high. We're always high.
High.
And then all of like we just kept going back and forth, and all of a sudden Neil says,
High again.
I'm high again. I was like Michigan, like high, we're high.
Like Michigan,
we're
like
high again.
Yeah.
And like it just we couldn't it stuck.
Then it started.
If you're gonna say so if you're gonna say it, you have to put some umph behind it. Okay, like this. So if somebody's like, "Hey, who are you?" I'm like, "I'm high again." You know what I mean? You just gotta hit them with that. Just like, I'm fucking high again. What do you want?
You're high again.
Yeah, I'm high again.
100%. I just put the entire J to the dome. Love Death Star. Well, welcome back to being high again. No. So that explains the name. Now let's take it a step back real quick before we jump into the W's here. If you were to have if you could talk to yourself 5 years ago, and you're talking to each other yourselves, you tell your future self, "Hey, what am I doing in 5 years?" And they're like, "Actually, funny story." And you tell them what you're doing. They're like, "Nope, you're fucking drugs." Mm-hmm. Would you believe them? It's a good question. It's a very good question that I got to write into the script somewhere, but this works too. But that's a good question because I thought about that today and I was like, no, I get paid to smoke weed now.
What? I'm high. What did you ask us?
So the question is this: if you could talk to yourself, your past self 5 years ago, as your present self, and you told them, "Hey, in a few years, you're going to have this show doing this X, Y, and Z," would that person 5 years? Would you 5 years ago would have believed that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Probably. I probably.
Personally.
I mean, I've done like YouTube stuff before, so I've always been making content and stuff. That's what's helped our channel. I think.
He's definitely more versed.
You can definitely tell.
Like, and I voted for it to be legal because I specifically wanted to be able to grow my own to like help with my insomnia. Like that was the whole point. And so I mean, I probably would have been like, yeah, you probably will do that.
See, we didn't know each other 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So now you know there's either a warning or a heads up that's going to happen.
And I was growing marijuana, I would have laughed.
Yeah, she's been kind of thrust into the limelight because she's definitely not used to being on camera or doing like anything.
I'm not used to any of this.
So it's been a learning curve for us both, figuring out how to work together, and how to make
Sometimes he's like, just do it like this right here. Even just this conversation with you, I wouldn't have been comfortable even doing this. Like, it's taken me a lot to be where.
Just get high again.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. But we're getting better, and like you can see it in videos. Like we're getting better and better. Yep. It's just a huge time involvement, and we do the best that we can with our normal lives, like everybody.
Yeah.
Craziness, but we just try and bring the best quality content, keep it entertaining and fun and positive. And that's the whole thing. That's high again. So
there it is, y'all. Well, if you guys don't mind, Heaven, Neil, high again. Let's get to the gauntlet, the W.
All
right,
5 levels.
You got to get hit first. We got to power up for the gauntlet.
Get it. You know what? I will see that, and I want y'all to meet Miss Ramona.
Oh,
that's also green with a green screen, but. She is a beauty. I got her for my birthday this year. My dad.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
My dad's like, here, I don't know what to buy you because you're a fucking grown ass man.
Rachel.
He was just like,
Her name's Rachel.
because the other one
Oh,
I
yeah?
got her one for Christmas and then it broke, so we got the replacement. And then this one broke too, but we like epoxied it. She's holding on. She holding on.
I don't even know how she
Get
just
it.
got a kick in her.
She a little dirty though.
So anyway, that's why I named her Rachel, because we were on a break. And I just love it. But I have a lot of bongs, and they all have names.
Quite the bong collection. We were gonna do like videos like talking about them.
Before we get into the gauntlet, y'all are out in Grand Rapids, right? Obviously, Grand Rapids area. Go pick up a Pigfish's Dime Mag.
What is that?
What is that?
That's Pigfish's Dime Mag. It's a free weed publication.
Oh, nice.
Never heard of it.
Where can you pick those up around here?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Just hook me up with your address, or I'll get one for you, and we'll get you guys a couple of shirts too.
We'll be on that view for sure.
Can do. We'll just do that. It's a free publication. It's Grand Rapids based. Our editor in chief, he lives there. So
that's awesome.
Sorry.
We should maybe start going to the dispensaries around here and checking them out, because we'll probably find those magazines on the counter and stuff. Even if it's just to go browse, like but we don't really go to it's like why buy any when we have more than we need.
Yeah, with what I grow, I have more than I need.
yeah. I look at it this way. Again, like I was saying earlier in the conversation, it's all about convenience. At that point, it's all about, hey man, I didn't bring any weed with me. I need an eighth. There it is.
No,
that's all it is.
I agree with it completely.
Yeah.
If we were out and about and just didn't have anything, going to a dispensary would not be out of the question.
That is what we would do.
We would do, for sure.
That's the way.
We would make sure that it was a local place, though. Like we have like checklists. I definitely love to shop local.
And that's what we like about it now being legal. Like we can go do that. We're 21, and like instead of go buying some booze and getting wasted, we can go to the dispensary, get some pre-rolls, and go,
go on a bike ride.
Yeah, go on a bike ride or something. It's just,
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that years ago, all of those countless days that they spent in our DARE classes telling us that, hey, weed is a gateway drug. Yeah, gateway to fucking happiness.
Yeah.
I know that. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I completely. That's fine. I'm high. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been great, like having it, and it's been trying to grow a strain to help with like my insomnia and stuff. And it feels better than drinking. Like if you're gonna do it for some kind of effect, like it's much more of a safe thing. I think. I think it's great that it makes sense that they're legal. I think everybody knows it's not as bad as they tried to make it out be, and that was the failure of the war on drugs. Like
my medicine is I have anxiety, and I actually struggled with drinking in the past, and marijuana has basically saved me from that.
Yeah. And you can live like a healthy, active lifestyle and still enjoy it and have it help you with stresses. It's like, you don't smoke weed and turn into this lazy ass person that does nothing.
No, I like to consider myself pretty successful.
Yeah. And you can fit it into your daily life and be successful and enjoy it. And it's probably healthier for you than a lot of other things that have been legal forever, like alcohol, which we all know how many deaths from alcohol compared to marijuana.
I've said it.
Like just destroyed.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry. I keep trampling everything. I swear to God that I'm not interrupting y'all. It's the internet.
Yeah. If the StreamYard gets like this, it's something with it. It doesn't.
It's interesting. It's they need to. They'll tweak it later. We'll bitch about it so much, and then they'll tweak it. But they are going through a huge merge right now with some other company. They're bringing us more stuff for our our streams and stuff. I didn't dive into it, but I get the emails too. So it's just like, all right, cool. I did investigate a little bit because I was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, are you guys ready we can go right into the gauntlet? I mean, it kind of.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I'm high again. All right, let's go.
That's the whole thing of it. That's the whole thing of it. Just real quick, guys. Yeah, check it out. Pigfish's Dime Mag. I write a little ditty, in there every month. Go check it out. Let me know if you hate it. Let me know if it's good. Either way, please read it. There's a lot of amazing articles in there. A lot of awesome advertisements. And check it out. Noble Road Company. All right. NobleRoadCo.com. Edibles. Let's talk edibles. Y'all like edibles? I'm definitely going to get you a few samples from Noble Road. Let me know what you think about them. You know, I'll bring you a few cookies. I'm telling you right now, they hit the spot. They're dosed at like 10 milligrams a piece. So dose accordingly, you know, and there's talk of like different flavors coming out for different seasons. They're local. They're from Lansing. So, you know, they've got, you know, some business out
in supporting local.
Absolutely. And so that's what we're all about. You know what I mean? And so like, I know where this company came from. I could take it where it came from. I know, you know, everything about this is just so right. And I'm trying to get them out there. And being a chef from the area and the industry, this company is kind of near and dear to my heart. Noble Road Co. They just didn't know it yet because where they sit, they took over the old Roma Italian bakery that was there for years upon years. And they had the best cannolis in Lansing ever. I'm telling you, this 80-year-old Italian woman in the kitchen every Wednesday making them cannolis. She couldn't speak a lick of English. She didn't have to. She didn't have to. The price was out there. You add the tax to it. She come ring her hand. She didn't even have to say anything to you.
Yeah,
and those cannolis
we're all about promoting other local companies through the platform that we're building because you know we're getting a lot of views and a lot of interaction. People are just loving the content. And just us being us and
we're
making
just regular
it
people.
Cool.
Like we're just trying to.
But we want to connect with other Michigan businesses.
Other regular people.
You know, if you guys want to work with us and incorporating this stuff into our videos, we're all about that. Michigan fam.
Oh, absolutely. And I look at it this way, like, listen, I've been to what I thought was the top in my life. And as a chef, it's just you reach that coat, you put that coat on and you button it up and you go into work. Being a chef just means you're a functioning alcoholic. Being a chef just means you're the most narcissistic person in the room. Being a chef means that you sprinkle fuck in everything like it's fucking AP seasoning. The point is, we don't really get a good vibe. And what a lot of people don't realize, and this is one of the things that's helped cure in my alcoholism, was with certain things such as alcoholism and atrocious little addictions such as that or substance abuses comes this nasty little thing we like to call narcissism. No one talks about being a recovering narcissist. Well, ladies, gentlemen, hopefully no boys and girls. If you guys are watching this, I'm telling your mothers. I'm kidding. My point is, I'm a recovering narcissist. What does that mean? Well, that means that I used to be an asshole. Now I'm not. That's pretty much what it is. Why were you an asshole? Because I was an alcoholic. You can't use that. Well, then why did you ask? You know, that's the thing. With cannabis, it's just like, yo, I used to have some shit in my life. I'm smoking weed now. All right.
No, and honestly, I actually can really relate to that because I wasn't a chef, but I did work in the service industry for a very long time. And it is it's a toxic place to be. Yeah. Especially when you're working late hours and you have, you know, and marijuana has saved me from that for sure.
Alcohol can be a slippery slope for some people. Some people can manage it fine, but some people, you know, it becomes an addiction. I mean, marijuana is definitely not that, you know. If you've done it, you know it's not.
Oh yeah.
That.
Do you guys
take a tolerance break when you need to from marijuana, and it's easy to tell yourself, hey, you need to take a tolerance break. It's easy to tell yourself that.
Yeah.
More so with marijuana. Well, I mean, there comes a point with marijuana where you can't get any more high. It's like your body's telling you, sorry, but you have to, or else you're not going to get high anymore.
It's you know, and it's never as extreme as alcohol can.
No, ever.
It definitely damages lives and families.
I've said it once and I'll say it before. Your body has an endocannabinoid system. It doesn't have an Irish whiskey system. It doesn't have an alcoholic system. That's why your liver's like, yeah, it's poison. Get it the fuck out.
Yep.
You know, that's what I'm trying to say. If you took a cannabis enema, yeah, you're going to be higher than shit. If you took an alcoholic enema, you'll be dead. So let's look at it that way.
Yeah, that on the extreme side for sure.
Yeah, well, it's not going to kill you.
Yeah,
ever.
It's ever going to kill you. You
No,
know, and
hungry, happy,
I mean,
sleepy, horny.
right?
That's really what
You might
happens.
do some really
I don't
weird
mention
stuff.
horny, but you know.
we've definitely noticed now from like growing homes and trying all these different strains, just seeing the different effects and how they give it. Like one will give us energy and one will make us chill. You know, and like getting to grow all these and try these different strains, whatever we want, whenever we want. Like that's the point. We're finding some fun summer strains for like bike rides.
We're having so much fun with them.
Yeah,
Really.
it's a
That's
blast.
the point of it, y'all. To live, love, and laugh while having fun, man. That's really what it is. And I'll tell you
We're
this.
trying to be healthy.
We're just capturing
It's
it
so
all in.
cathartic. It really is, you know?
We try and get out. We go on like bike ride videos. We got some fun bike ride stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I
Tanner
saw
did.
some of that. That's
It's
not
fun.
to be creepy or anything, but I saw some of that and I was like, this is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, we try. We got all
Oh
kinds of stuff.
yeah, and actually, he just got a new drone.
Yeah, we get
and
some
I
drone
just
shots.
got
It's gonna
my
be sick.
GoPro. He's got a GoPro.
Yeah.
We just
Nice.
got some new mics. So I mean,
I'll have to,
for you
We
guys.
definitely invested into the
Get it.
channel.
Oh yeah, and you have to go all in. You have to go hard in the paint, and that's what it's like, you know. And I got a buddy, and my boy Friday. He's stationed in Germany right now. He loves his drones. He likes flying them. You should. I'll link you guys up on YouTube. He'll love what you're doing and the angles and stuff. He'll have so many drone questions for you, man.
I haven't even got to fly it yet, but we're gonna do some mountain bike stuff, and we're going to Colorado.
Nice.
So like,
Ooh. We're at Colorado.
4K 60 frames. I'm a nerd.
We're going to Denver.
Denver. Okay. Let me know when you get there. I got some friends in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already
Yeah.
met people that we met through the community in it's like the 4
Yeah,
months that
there
we've
you
been.
go. There you
Already
go.
got people that we're gonna meet out there.
I've been to Denver one other time, and it was a long time ago, and
Right.
marijuana wasn't even legal yet. That's
Wow.
how long it's been. So I'm really excited to go back.
We really want to
It's
check out
beautiful
like
there.
the mountains and go hiking and just
Oh, yeah.
have a blast and be able to
I have a
capture
friend
it.
who she was born and raised in Michigan, and then as soon as Denver weed became legal and marijuana and weed became legal in Colorado, she like moved out there and has been gone since. And I was like, I mean, I knew you smoked weed, but to move across country for it, I thought that's a little insane.
Yeah.
Looking back on that, no, it absolutely fucking makes sense. Like I would have done the same thing. Shit. But
I'm
we're
kind of
not-
happy where Michigan is at with their laws
Yeah.
and how they're put into place. You know, it's harder for them to take them away from us if we vote them in.
Yeah.
So-
And I voted for
Correct.
it specifically for exactly what we're doing. Like, that was why I
Yeah.
voted. Like, hell yeah, I can grow it.
Yeah.
I would do it again. Like, it wasn't legal. I wasn't doing it before, but I voted
Right.
for it specifically so I could. And it
Yeah.
passed, and now I'm doing it. So,
Well, I've been around growing for a long time.
yeah.
Not legally, but
black
been
market.
around it.
She's
I
a-
haven't
she's
been.
an- she's
Not
an OG.
personally,
And then,
but
then we started
my
dating.
family.
Yeah, we started dating, and I like, everything was legal, and I was like, this is sweet. I'm so intrigued, and it's like a hobby too. It's fun to grow together, So, and I'm like, let's make a YouTube. Let's make some videos.
Get it.
And it'll be fun. And then that's when it all
Kind of
started.
threw me into it. I was like, I just want to grow pot. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, I want to make a YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Because I
let's do
love
it.
taking and pictures and making video and content, and there's so much cool stuff growing. It's so neat. It's so
Yeah.
intriguing to me. Like, I want to capture that.
Are we supposed to go into some
You
golf?
should-
In a cool way. I know we are totally high again and getting sidetracked.
No, you're good.
Hit it.
You're good. I was just gonna say you should make like a little like playlist on your YouTube that's called Only Fans, and it's just a bunch of fan leaf pictures and footage. Get it? Yes. Please do that, because I fucking love that play on words, and it's just a bunch of pictures of big fucking weed leaf fans. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm fan leaves. I like
Yeah.
it.
Somebody just commented tonight, was like, "We're the only fans at." It's like, okay, take it
I
easy.
can see-
We're the only fans.
You know,
I know my girlfriend's hot.
I actually meant like the actual fan leaves. Like I seriously,
Other fan leaves,
there
I
wasn't a
got
negative
you.
connotation to that at all, but put me on the spot there. My girl, get that. No, that's my point though. Like I like a play on words. Like if I see something like HIGHIGAN, I'm like, And that's why, you know, with the deliciously dope idea, like that's a catchy. People are like, dude, I've seen your shit from Vice. No, you haven't. But if Vice, you know, has my shit, let me know because I'm about to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't really shit to them. But that's my point. Like the relevancy, like it's familiar, it's catchy, it's quirky. I like it, and it's fucking true, right?
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see where you guys are going to go with it. You're definitely going to go somewhere. I'll tell you this, it ain't going to fail. From what I'm seeing, you're doing it the right way. You're doing it organically. You're fucking
nothing
killing
but
it, you guys.
positive feedback from everybody in the community. Everybody's been so nice. And, you know, we try and keep up with everybody as best we can, but it's like starting to get overwhelming a little bit from all the messages and people just loving everything, but we do the best we can.
We do really appreciate all the love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's overwhelming and crazy, but in such a good way.
Yeah, and we're trying to make content like as fast as we possibly can and have time with our normal lives and still be able to live a healthy life. So we do what we can.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get right into it.
Gauntlet.
I love this. The gauntlet. First time W's, you guys. You ready? Who, what, when, where, and why? Who was the first person you ever smoked weed with?
You go first.
My buddy Andy. Andy, for sure. 100%, man.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to tell him to watch this, but yeah, back in the day, high school. Or no, it was grade school. We were at. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. God,
Andy, okay.
Wormhole.
With my uncle and my dad.
These are gonna be some great fucking stories I can tell already.
All in the family.
First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? What was the first thing that you smoked? Was it a bong, joint, dab, spliff, or the proverbial pop can?
Andy had a little piece. It was a little glass one. Shakedown Street.
Mine was a joint.
Left-handed cigarette. Nothing wrong with that. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? When was your first time smoking a left-handed cigarette? I think Heaven just gave hers away.
It was I don't know. It was probably, I don't even know. Honestly,
I was pretty young.
I don't even remember. First time we smoked one. Yeah, I don't even remember.
I was very young. I was just before I was a teen. I was 12 years old. Very young.
At least Cardi B wasn't a thing. That's all I'm gonna say. I get it now. Being a dad, being an adult now, I look back and go, how are you going to be mad at me for the color of my skin and for who I vote for or who I don't vote for, but you've got that person being an icon for 12-year-old girls? Just say it. I don't know. It's just me. But anyways, I don't really agree with, like, if you're going to have a song like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with that being public, but at the same time, like, we have to worry about everything that we do nowadays, you know, and if we're out here advocating, you know what I'm saying, and doing it positively, that's great. Yeah. I think that we should really turn around, like, the way that people look at, you know, cannabis and look at things. And I don't really like having to, like, you know, compete with people that aren't really willing to put in the knowledge, you know, because that's what we do with the avocation. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't criticize one for being another. Like, if you're going to be mad at something, be mad at something. That's really where I'm at with it. But again, first time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? Where was the first place you smoked the electric lettuce? So where were you when this happened?
We went over to, like, the elementary school woods.
How old were you
weed. I was probably 13. 14.
So you really weren't far off from her.
I guess not. Yeah, probably later. It was like junior high-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
15, 14, 13.
See, that's not that bad. Like, that's not that bad. You guys are saying 12, 13. That's not that bad.
Experiment. And I'd rather a kid experiment with some weed than alcohol and, get killed or something. Yeah.
Mine was actually at my dad's birthday party.
Happy B-Day.
Were there motorcycles involved?
A few.
I had a feeling. Okay, no, just had a feeling. Just have that. I've been around a bunch of motorcycles and weed before, so there's that vibe to it, and it's just that's the vibe I got. I'm like, you know what? I don't see any harm. How did you feel? Were you like mad? No, you were just like, okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. All right. First time W's, who, what, when, where, and why. To tie it up in a neat little bow, guys. Why did you smoke for the first time?
I was gonna get high as fuck off some dirt ass shit weed. That was just old ass brick weed that we were getting back in like the 90s or whatever. It was trash, and we're just, let's get high. Or try to.
At least you had a bowl.
Yeah, back then, I mean, yeah. I would pop cans with like whole stab. We made some contraptions, let me tell you.
I mean, you do turn into
Sir,
an
hit the
engineer.
lot. Wheels garage, yeah, all kinds, man. But I got stories, but whatever.
What was the question again?
To wrap it up in a neat little bow, the first time that you ever smoked weed, why did you do it?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, honestly, I've been around marijuana my whole life. It's never been. Right. It's never been like an issue. Like, I smoked weed before I ever drank alcohol. It's just always been very normal for me to be around. It's so when my uncle actually handed me the joint, and my dad wasn't looking actually at the time, my uncle handed it to me, and I was like to see what I would do. Hey. Probably, I don't know, but he hands it to me, and I was like mid-hit. My dad was like distracted, turned around doing something, and I was like mid-hit, and he turned back around, and I was like, oh shoot. And I handed it to my dad. Like, I just handed it to him, and he was like, all right, fuck it. That's it. And then from there on, it was just a thing.
There's very different perspectives too. Like, it wasn't like that when I was a kid. So she's been around it her whole life more. Like, I definitely used
like my both sides of my family have smoked weed. It's not like they put it in our face, but it was like, that's what the adults do, and that's just a thing,
and I feel like people know that. Like, my parents now use edibles and stuff like that to help with their ailments. Like, they're old and retired, and they have aches and pains, and there's definitely edible options, that help them with their pain or help.
I do want to clarify, though, it's not like I was like addicted to marijuana after that. That was just the first time smoking.
Yeah,
I didn't really start to smoke marijuana regularly until I was a little older than that. I just want to.
I don't think that anybody listening would have judged you. We were like, we're fine with it either way. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously, and then now is the time when people are fine with it. So why should it be a big deal? Like,
it's not. It's just. It's so. That's the great thing about the.
Big deal, really.
Right. Exactly. It should have never been stigmatized to begin with. Absolutely.
Honestly, I'm really glad that my experience was with somebody that I trusted and that I knew, and it wasn't out and about. If it was more normal for, I see a lot of parents drinking with their kids for the first time because they want their experience to be with them,
Right.
And I understand
kind of
that.
Sherpa them through the experience, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd rather have my kid to have the option to do something that I think is less damaging for them. Like, I think them at a young age, they're gonna do it no matter what. Like, you can be the best parent, like, it's gonna happen. They're gonna get drunk or try something. I'd rather have weed as an option and them enjoy that and not go down the way of alcohol, because alcohol is so damaging and it can really ruin people's lives. And
and the stigma with marijuana, when I feel like an alcohol issue was that marijuana was illegal.
Correct.
To have it wasn't okay. So, and to have alcohol was, and the fact that it just feels so flipped to me
Yeah.
personally that, and now that it's legal for me to do so, and I've been able to climb myself out of some pretty dark holes with marijuana. So for me, I'm all for it. Normalize it.
Normalize.
Get it. I want to see.
This is
I
what we
want to
love.
see more marijuana I want to see more cannabis billboards. I want to see anywhere you could see, you know, a drug campaign or alcohol campaign. I want a marijuana campaign. Excuse me, a cannabis campaign. Sorry. Marijuana. The term marijuana has negative racist connotations, and I try to defer from using it and using cannabis. I try to be nice. Let's face it. I disagree with certain things. I agree with certain things. At the end of the day, the one thing that we all do agree on is cannabis advocacy. You know, let's educate. And I think that should start back at like 4-H back for kids and stuff. You feel me? Just with like hemp.
It can help a lot of people, and you know, people can enjoy it too.
Even the kids. Like I've met some brilliant kids who were homeschooled and stuff, and their parents grow cannabis. That's what they do. They're like, yo, my kids take it when they have an upset stomach. They don't smoke it, but they'll eat it and stuff like that, and candies and gummies and stuff. He goes, my kids are great.
Yeah.
He goes, they're fucking brilliant. So I go, hey, what's 56 times 56? And they told me the answer, and I was like, are you shitting me? I was like, no wonder they would keep feeding us cornflakes. They're like, here, just feed them cornflakes and ramen and those fake ass ramen noodles, and they won't, you know, pay them pences. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be happy. But no, dude, great. It's all around a great plant. Did you know that you can actually, you know, the leaves from a cannabis plant, you can actually just mix it up, wash it, mix it up, put in your salad, and just eat it? It's like 11 times the amount of protein than a normal piece of lettuce. That blows my mind.
I'm gonna try that. I've never actually just eaten one, so I'm kind of curious now.
I do it all the plant. Right off the plant.
Eat them all.
Oh my gosh, Audie.
Well, what do you think catnip was, dude?
Yeah.
That's my point. Catnip.
We got a lot of cats.
Yeah,
we got a lot of cats in our videos.
We have cats. We have cats.
How many cats do you have?
Audie's the queen for sure.
How many cats do you have?
I have 3.
And I have 2. So we have 5 to 9 cats. But
I'm gonna have to like get an allergy shot before I come over. I'll tell you that.
Someday.
Well, I mean, probably once we get them in one house, we might.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wild time for sure. We're gonna have to. Double doors to like sanitize.
I have some other friends that live in the Grand Rapids area. They live out in Byron Center, and you know, married couple, nice house, you know, huge house. They have like 9 cats. Yeah. So you're not alone.
So I got bane for
I actually just had to buy a new litter box today.
I got 2 dogs. I'm allergic to cats, so it's like, you know.
He did. He carried 80 pounds of cat litter down my stairs today.
Well, bravo to you, sir. Bravo to you, sir. Sorry, that popped off the auto marks there. Sorry, guys. But we need more people like you in the world, man. Seriously, man. Thank you for showing that chivalry isn't dead.
Yeah. That's what I do. Thanks for having us on.
Where's the shit at?
It's been great. We've loved it. So we really appreciate you having us on and showing the love. And we totally support what you're doing. So we'll definitely, when this stuff, you know, we'll share it up, and we want to spread the love. Anybody in Michigan, fam, you know, this is
it. Let's go ahead and skip on forward to the plain W's, because I feel like we've already kind of grabbed a sense of who you guys are, you know, where you've come from, like where you're going with things. Unless you want to talk about the crazy W's. That one time you just got way too fucking high. If you guys want to talk about that.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Yeah, we can if you want.
That's up to you. That's up to you. I mean, that's a juicy bit people usually like. All right.
Well, I don't know.
When in Rome.
Yeah, I guess I can't personally remember one where I'm just like out of control, but I remember one for somebody else. We had this bong called Sir Hits a Lot, and it was like 3-chamber water. It was a huge, crazy water bong, and we were having like a house party, and this kid took a rip off it, and it was like mind was so blown. He's like sitting at the picnic table, like rocking and just being like, "It's gonna be okay."
Oh no, poor guy.
I'm like, "Oh man, this kid is like, what's going on?" But he was fine, and I was like, "Wow." That's pretty much it. Other than that, I've never had anything too crazy.
I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself. I've done some things.
I mean, you know, we've all done some things, whether we're proud of them or not. I will give you I will give you a time that it happened to me in place of your lack of incrimination. So I was driving my friend home. I didn't really fuck with edibles outside of making my own brownies or like my own blondie bars or like just my own cookie. Like I would make my own. I knew how much I put in them. It were, you know, you don't know. You still kind of don't know. They say that it's tested, whatever. So my buddy's like, "Hey man, I need to ride home from work. Like, I'll buy you something from the dispensary. Like, what, you know, I'll give you like $20 gas money." And that was fair because I took him to work too, so it worked out. So long story short, he gives me this it's a Rice Krispies bar. It was 100 milligrams. You know what I'm saying? It was the big long ones. And he goes, "Here," and he breaks off like maybe like a good, I'd say maybe 20% of it, like not even a quarter, just like, and then he smashed. He goes, "Here, eat that." I go, "How much is it?" He goes, like, "It's only like 100 milligrams. You'll be fine." I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't really fuck with. I mean, I ate my edibles. I thought were strong.
Yeah, it hit you.
I smashed that whole, and I'm driving. Okay, we're on the highway.
Right.
All right, we're talking about incriminating. Anyways, so I drop him off. "Hey, have a good night." All right, and at the time, I smoked cigarettes. I know it was terrible, but I smoked cigarettes, and I had a cigarette. And I just remember, like, with each puff, everything started to slow down. But it was in my neighborhood, so like I just turned into my neighborhood, and I was going to my house. And as I remember, it was all slow. I felt like I was in slow motion parking my car. And then when I beeped my car alarm on my Camaro, I went bleep, 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 you know, it was all warbled. And I opened my door, and it was like I stepped through like I wouldn't say a time portal, but like a different, like everything shifted. I was so high. It was not even funny.
Tunnel vision is a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had to get on the couch and it was like, "Nope, the floor is lava. We sitting here for however long this takes."
I had it to where I was like sinking in the couch.
Yeah, I had that last night. Like I grew some Yumble auto flower, and I smoked that last night to help me with my sleep. Like that's why I grew it. And I literally was telling her in the car today, like I was like counting, and I literally could feel myself falling asleep, and I was like describing how like crazy it was. But it worked. It helped me fall asleep. So
you ready for something? Okay, so it's funny you should mention that. There's actually
so intense though. There's like I was sleeping, I was aware of it, but it was intense.
I love the whole study of sleep and stuff. Have you ever heard of ASMR?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I love ASMR. I'm a huge time advocate. I've been following this shit since 2009. Like I've watched some people make a living out of this, right? And I think that ASMR, when you mix that with cannabis, that's just going to melt people off to sleep.
It does. We always do the thunderstorms.
Mm-hmm.
The thunderstorm sounds on like Google or Amazon, so we have like that noise, and it does help. Like believe me, I have trouble sleeping, so we try like everything to try.
Thunderstorms is like my jam.
Yeah, thunderstorms, and yeah, I think the Yumble is going to be nice, and that's what I grew it. And the wedding cake like is happy indica. So we're trying like a lot of those kind of strains to for me to try and help aid in that.
All right. Well, one last question. We'll get out of here. Who would you smoke with, dead or alive, if you could? Like time doesn't exist. Doesn't matter, dead or alive. You can just push a button and you can walk through a room and smoke with this person in any place in the world. Set the scene.
Oh boy.
What?
So many.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh gosh.
Some kind of scientist or something. Like
somebody super smart. But I could just like ask all the questions.
Right.
Who?
some pivotal person like Einstein or something, and be like,
Okay.
I don't know, something.
Einstein smoked weed. We can prove this.
Science shit. I love it. I'd
Yeah.
want to like talk to him and be like, man, here's what the future's like. What if you thought differently now? Like maybe his ideas would be different. I don't know. It's a wormhole.
I told you somebody the other day. I told you.
You know?
I told
You want to? Hey, you ready for this little? You ready to follow this white rabbit? I'm gonna throw you into the matrix. Are you ready?
Oh God.
You're baked. After the show, I want you to go to Google, and I want you to type in quantum mechanics of the conscious and unconscious mind and hit enter. You're welcome.
Right. I love that stuff. I love it.
Oh, it's extremely intriguing, always interesting. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no downside to it. Much like cannabis, it's fucking natural. We're learning more and more about it, and it's interesting because of the endocannabinoid system. Both of those things are, they work in tandem in your body. Your body is this amazing place. Just because I look like an asshole doesn't mean that I am one. The point is, we've reached another end of the Daily Chronicles, y'all. I can't thank High Again. This is High Again. You're going to see Heaven and Neil everywhere soon. I mean, dude, the YouTube's popping off. You guys talked about a Twitch, right?
Yeah, we're gonna move our live streams to Twitch because so we're gonna start doing that, but we are doing them. There's a bunch on YouTube already. Our YouTube's growing pretty quickly with our Instagram and
killing it.
And have fun.
Yeah, follow our Instagram and our YouTube. We are growing and
literally
and having fun.
Yeah, having adventures and just sharing it.
Absolutely. It's like I said, if I haven't said it before, what I was trying to get to is you absolutely are pioneers. You know, this law, this rule, these parameters exist in Michigan. Use them, utilize them. People fought for them for a reason. You guys, more people need to be doing this. And I'm going to be reaching out to a lot more people doing this. And I hope that we all connect, later on down the road, because there's room for everybody at the top. Why are we worried about a 1% anymore? We're the bigger fucking number. You feel me?
We support anybody.
If we can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, we support anybody trying to do the same and spread awareness in a positive way and be creative. Like that's what we're doing. And if we could do this and it would be our lives, like that's what we would do. That's what we're trying to do. Live the dream.
Exactly.
We're trying to live the dream.
Exactly. Well, again, thank you. Hi again. Thank you guys for taking the time to sit down with us. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm sure we'll smoke, many more times again. But until next time, you guys, I'm your boy, Chef Rodney 117, my tokers, jokers, and smokers. I'll see you on the flip side. So take it easy or take it sleazy. Either way, just be a nice human fucking being. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.